Room 13 is entirely devoted to the Polyptych of St. Anthony by Piero della Francesca, one of the undisputed masterpieces of the collection of Galleria Nazionale dell'Umbria, an emblematic painting that encapsulates many elements of 15th century culture. The work was painted for the convent of Dominican sisters of the Third Order in Perugia, dedicated to Saint Anthony of Padua, with funding from the municipality, Comune, of Perugia in 1468. During this period, the religious community was led by Ilaria Baglioni, daughter of Braccio Baglioni, a leading figure of the city council of Perugia. It was probably due to the mediation of the Baglioni family that Piero della Francesca, from nearby Borgo San Sepolcro, arrived in Perugia. The Polyptych has an extremely complex structure. With two predellas, the lower one has 3 narrative scenes, while the upper one has 3 tondos, within which 3 female saints were depicted. The main register and the extraordinary cymatium, with its highly distinctive shape, which would have occupied the entire space of the presbytery of the small church. The central register, with a traditional gold background, depicts the Virgin and Child enthroned in the centre, Saint John the Baptist and Saint Anthony of Padua, the titular saint of the monastery, on the left, and Saint Francis and Saint Elizabeth of Hungary, founder of the Sisters of the Third Order, on the right. The small panels of the predella below depict the miracles of the 3 Franciscan saints. From left to right, Saint Anthony of Padua raises a child from the dead. Saint Francis received the stigmata on Mount Laverna, and Saint Elizabeth saves a child who had fallen into a well. Despite the gold background, the central register is extraordinarily modern. The figures occupy a real space and are arranged in a semicircle around the throne, depicted in perfect perspective on which the Virgin and Child are seated. A detail shows Piero della Francesca's interest in optical phenomena. The halos of the saint are depicted as gold discs on which the upper parts of the heads of the characters are reflected. The cymatium is undoubtedly the most famous part of the painting, with the scene of the Annunciation set in a space constructed according to the method of linear perspective, with a central vanishing point, which gives the illusion of depth thanks to the constructions of the floor. The loggia below which the Virgin is seated, and in particular the central colonnade, the second protagonist of the representation, is light, a crucial element in the creation of the speciality of the work.